Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. The NFL offseason always brings surprises, and this one is no different. The Pittsburgh Steelers, known for their rich history, tough defense, and a quarterback who's been fighting to get the team back to its winning ways, are now eyeing a potential new weapon. And this isn't just any player, it's a wide receiver who's been making waves in training camps, a guy who's shown he has the talent to compete at the highest level. His name is Traeshon Holden, a name that might not be on every fan's radar yet, but after what he's done recently, it could soon be impossible to ignore. Holden, a wide receiver who went undrafted in the 2025 NFL Draft, initially signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Now you might think, well, undrafted guys don't always make it, but Holden's story is different. The guy showed up to camp, and from day one he made an impression. And I mean, a serious impression. He spent his first 3 college years at Alabama, a program known for its tough, physical style of play and producing NFL-ready talent. But it was at Oregon, his last 2 years, that Holden really broke out, putting up some impressive numbers and showing he has what it takes to step up to the next level. During his senior year at Oregon, Holden accumulated 718 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's no small feat. That kind of production in college, especially from a guy who was undrafted, speaks volumes about his potential. He's a big, athletic receiver with good hands and the ability to stretch the field. When he was with the Cowboys, he continued to impress in training camp, catching the eye of coaches and players alike. Dallas head coach Brian Schottenheimer, a respected name in NFL coaching circles, praised Holden several times. Schottenheimer said, "Every day he shows up, I mean he really does. Every day he makes a play. And when you do that, you get noticed, and when you do that, you get more opportunities. And just proud of him, you'll see him moving up the depth chart." That's high praise, coming from a coach with experience coaching some of the best in the league. But despite all that effort and potential, Holden was among the players cut by the Cowboys during their roster trimming process. It's the cruel reality of the NFL, so many talented players fighting for a limited number of spots. NFL insider Jordan Schultz reported that Holden was one of the unfortunate cuts. But here's where it gets interesting for Steelers fans. That cut, as disappointing as it is for Holden, might actually open a door. Because, as we've seen many times before, a player who gets released can find a new home quickly, especially if he's shown he can perform at this level. And in Holden's case, that new home could very well be Pittsburgh. Why Pittsburgh, you ask? Well, the Steelers have been keeping a close eye on Holden since before the draft. The team met with him prior to the draft, which shows a level of interest that doesn't just fade away after the picks are made. Since then, Holden's been building momentum, impressing in the preseason, and making a case that he deserves a roster spot. The Steelers, as we all know, have a star receiver in DK Metcalf, who's the unquestioned number 1 in 2025, a player who's proven he can be a game changer. But behind him, the depth chart is not exactly overflowing with proven talent. Right now, Pittsburgh's receiver group includes Calvin Austin III, Scotty Miller, Ben Skowronek, and Roman Wilson. Solid players, no doubt, but they lack the kind of proven consistency and explosiveness that Holden can bring. The Steelers have only 5 receivers on their roster, which means they could certainly use another young, talented player to push for a role. And after what Holden has shown in camp and preseason, it's easy to see why Pittsburgh might be considering claiming him off waivers or giving him a chance to prove himself in a regular season game. In fact, prior to the draft, Holden met with the Steelers, and that connection remains strong. His performance in training camp only boosted his stock, and it's clear that he's a player who can contribute in multiple ways, whether as a deep threat, a possession receiver, or a special teams asset. The Steelers have a history of giving undrafted or overlooked players a chance, and Holden's situation seems to fit that mold perfectly. His college stats are impressive: 128 catches and over 700 yards during his time at Oregon, showing that he knows how to get open and make plays when it counts. And let's not forget, the NFL is all about timing and opportunity. Holden's been working tirelessly, and now, with the roster cutdowns, he's in a prime position to land with a team that values his skill set. The Steelers need to add depth, especially at the receiver position, and Holden's athleticism and production make him a perfect candidate. Plus, the coaching staff has seen what he can do firsthand, which increases his chances of landing a spot on the team. So, Steelers fans, this isn't just another free agent signing or another player coming in for a tryout. It's someone who has the potential to be a key piece of Pittsburgh's offense, especially given the team's current receiver depth chart. Holden's story is still being written, but the signs point toward a very real possibility that he'll find himself wearing the black and gold very soon. And if he does, it could be a move that boosts the team's offensive firepower and adds a fresh, dynamic element to their game plan. Now, I want to talk a little about the bigger picture here. The Steelers have always been a team that values resilience, grit, and finding diamonds in the rough. They've done it before with players who had limited opportunities, but showed enough talent and heart to stick around. Holden's journey from undrafted free agent to potentially contributing in Pittsburgh is a perfect example of that. It's a reminder that in the NFL, talent is just part of the story. Heart, work ethic, and opportunity often make the real difference. And let's keep in mind, the Steelers are not just looking for a player to fill a roster spot. They're looking for someone who can make a difference, who can help them compete for another AFC North title, and maybe even a Super Bowl. The offense in Pittsburgh is evolving, and adding a player like Holden could be that strategic move that gives defenses a different look, especially if he gets integrated into the game plan early in the season. That said, fans should keep an eye on the coming days. The roster moves are still happening, and the Steelers are known for their strategic acquisitions right before the season kicks off. Holden's name is one to watch, and if he joins Pittsburgh, it will be a storyline worth following all season long. His journey from Oregon to the NFL, from undrafted free agent to possible Steelers receiver, encapsulates so much of what makes football exciting, overcoming odds, seizing opportunity, and making the most of every moment. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Do you think Holden is the kind of player who can help elevate the team's offense? Are you excited to see him possibly donning the black and gold? And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and all the latest from Steelers country. So stay tuned, keep the passion alive, and let's keep riding this roller coaster together. Because when it comes to the Steelers, every season is a new chapter, and the story is always worth following.